Are we good?
No
good?
touchy.
We good?
We're good.
Everybody, it ain't Tuesday. Today's Wednesday. I think it's Wednesday. Look, it's been crazy. Promise Making Pop-Up Podcast. I had to come back out here again at Wise Man Brewery. Wise Man. They got beer and they know things. That's a pun for that crap-ass show Game of Thrones that came out. Oh, you can cuss on here too. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
You can cuss on here too. But that was the best line he ever came out with was,
I drink and I know things.
I drink and I know things.
It was.
And hey, that's what we do right here.
That's right.
At the Pop-Up Podcast. So, we're inside.
We are.
We literally just popped up here. Nobody knew we were coming through. And, hey.
Hey.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
So, let's just get into this. Let's just get into it.
Okay.
What's your name? What you do? Let's get going.
All right. Well, for those that don't know me, I'm Terry Watkins, Chief Idea Catcher over at Spin Frogs. Mm-hmm. And I am a marketing director for hire. I basically work with business owners who don't have the money to bring on a full-time marketing person or have a marketing department in-house. So I actually operate as their marketing gatekeeper and strategist. So help them figure out what they should be doing and how they could be doing better with it.
Excellent.
Yeah.
That's great.
It's a lot of fun.
What?
I'll be 2 years old in June.
Oh, really?
Yes, sir.
So we're almost on a 2-year anniversary.
Yep, June 1st.
Wait, you know what? I think that's a cheers moment. Cheers.
That's right.
2 years. Hey, entrepreneurship. That's what it is. That's what Winston's about right now.
It is.
Entrepreneurship.
They're huge on it.
They are.
Yeah.
Well,
because we're the Center for Arts and Innovation, and I think entrepreneurs bring that innovation.
That's true. So, what challenges have you had?
Ooh, good question.
Mm-hmm.
I probably should only say one. No, I'm kidding. My biggest challenge is myself, to be honest.
Damn.
My biggest challenge is myself.
Damn. That's a good one.
I get stuck up in my head, like a lot of business owners do. I think we all deal with, especially when we're new entrepreneurs, we deal with a lot of self-doubt. We have that self-doubt monkey is what I call it.
Okay.
And that self-doubt monkey is pretty powerful if you don't have people in your corner to help shoo them away with bananas.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So for me, my self-doubt monkey is probably my biggest challenge.
Now, the self-doubt monkey, the self-doubtness of everything, what is it because of what you're doing, or is it because of it has to work out, and if they don't, something's going to happen, or somebody's going to be upset, or whatever? Where does that come from?
I think it's more coming from you. When you do a certain job for a long period of time, you forget what exactly you know and how valuable it is. Mm-hmm. So I've been doing marketing and advertising and sales for 20 years.
Gotcha.
So over the course of 20 years, that's a lot of knowledge. I've taken classes, done a ton of continuing education, and it's easy to forget where you started, so that it's really hard to be able to say, oh, well, this is something that's really easy. Everybody knows this. I actually just made this mistake the other day. I was in the car with a friend of mine. We were driving to an event, and I said, I think I'm going to leave this part out about social media statistics because everybody knows it. And she was
Gotcha.
like, no, I don't know that. That's news to me. So you forget what you know and what other people don't know, and I think that causes a lot of question mark in your head where there really shouldn't be a question mark, and I think that's where the self-doubt comes from.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Now, we talked earlier, pre-production or whatever, about some old videos that you have up on YouTube.
Yeah, don't go look at them. They're fine.
No,
we don't need to tell people.
No, but it segues into what you're saying. Like,
it does.
You forget where,
Yeah.
you came from, you learned this, and now everybody else needs to know this.
Right.
And it's like, that is a little bit of a hindrance when it comes to that, because it's like, yes, to us, it's like, we understand, like, this is what needs to happen.
Right.
But to the average Joe, whoever's, giving you, whatever, it's like, yo, just go on Facebook and post something.
Do some stuff.
and that's literally what they say.
Yeah.
And you already know. It's like, Facebook is not there like that for real. You know, in the most part.
And Facebook's getting ready to change.
It is.
And a lot of people don't realize the impact that has come from them not protecting our identities.
A lot.
There's been a lot of impact. There's a lot of backlash for that. And what's happening is Mark is trying to go to more of a Snapchat model because of it.
Why? Because he had the chance to get Snapchat and do whatever he wanted to, and Snapchat literally came back and was just, okay, look, we good, whatever. Yeah. And now, even though the younger, or not younger, but the older folk didn't understand Snapchat, they only thought, okay, it's just one thing or whatever. Snap keeps rolling out with different things or whatever, and their privacy stuff is just on point.
It's on point.
It's on point.
So I think the reason he's going more to the Snapchat model, he's going instead of, like right now, you can look at anybody's history forever since they've ever had the initiation of Facebook. And because of all of the privacy issues that Facebook has had, I think it's pushing Mark to want to make it so that the content isn't so permanent. If it's only there for a day, there's less data for people to accidentally get a hold of and do bad things with.
Do you think, now, have you seen, what's the movie called? The Social Network?
Yes.
Do you think that is him in real life? Now, I'm just asking.
I don't think it's him in real life.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
I think it is a glorified version of how Facebook came to be.
Okay.
In some ways. I think everything, when it comes to movies, in general, pop culture, it's exaggerated on purpose.
Gotcha.
To look like more glamorous than it really is.
Because, for me, I was just kind of like, you know, because I looked at the movie and then it's like this stuff starts to come to light and stuff like that, and it's just kind of like,
yeah.
But he wanted to know what everybody is doing, you know. So that's cool, but he didn't keep that back end stuff straight or whatever the case is. Is that, you know?
Well, I think the initial point of Facebook was a school platform.
Gotcha. No, so it was.
It was.
Oh, trust me, because when Facebook first came out, I can definitely remember being down there at University of West Florida. Go Argos. And it's like, yeah, we're on Facebook. Oh, okay, cool. Let's go on Facebook. I don't know what that is or whatever.
I remember being at community college and everybody was talking about Facebook, and I'm like, another social network? I don't really need another social. I'm not doing it. I'm on MySpace.
MySpace was it. MySpace.
I'm on. What was that journal one called? Live Journal. I had a Live Journal, which was the original blog, right? That was the original blog. I had a Live Journal, and I'm like, I don't need another one. I'm good. And then every one of my friends, like, mass exodus from MySpace and Live Journal, one at a time.
MySpace it is, but it's not like MySpace 2.0 or 1.0 or whatever the case is. MySpace, you learn how to code. You learn how to do graphic design. You learn everything because you had to do all that.
Yeah, you did. To
make yourself be, because it's MySpace, so they force you to learn technology or whatever.
Yeah.
Everything else is kind of like, look, this is the platform. You just put your stuff on here, whatever the case is. We ain't gonna teach you nothing.
Nah.
Old school MySpace.
Old school.
R.I.P. But hey.
Well, and then they went to music platform.
They did.
And it became the place where young artists, people who had some serious talent, would go and they would get found. And that's where record labels would pick people up, was through MySpace.
That's right.
Especially for those kids that couldn't get out to the clubs to sing.
That's right.
Because they didn't have a way to get there.
That's right.
They leveraged singing in their own house and then putting it up on MySpace for people to find it.
That's true.
Yeah. And I think it's still around for that purpose.
It is. It's more of an entertainment type of platform, but then you had the advent of SoundCloud and all these other,
where all the podcasts are hosted.
Yeah, they are. That's right.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. SoundCloud, Apple,
Spotify, but
Spotify. I mean. There's a dozen or so. I've been looking into it recently because a friend of mine is starting a podcast, and I want her to come onto your show as well.
Let's get going.
She hasn't launched it yet. We're in the process. We've got a first 5 recorded and ready to go. So now it's just a matter of getting them into the podcast networks.
Shout out to everybody who takes their time and gets a couple things, in the pipeline to promote or whatever. Because unfortunately for me, I was just kind of like, oh, okay, I got some talent. My last host kind of sort of flaked down on me. I did some things on that too, and it was just kind of like, yep, you know what? I'm going to launch something. I'm not going to give no type of timeline or whatever to it. But I'm just going to do it. Yeah. Trust me, I'm looking back at it and I'm like,
what was I doing?
I could be a little
Why
bit further.
Yeah.
I'm like, people know me, whatever the case.
That was my initial plan with my YouTube channel too. So we were going back to what we were talking about earlier. I have 80, almost 100 videos out on YouTube right now, and there's several different iterations. One of them is idea minutes, and that's kind of in the essence of, if you follow John Maxwell, he has his Minute with Maxwell, and he drops it into people's inbox every day. Or Seth Godin, he writes a blog article that gets dropped into your inbox every day. And they're awesome. They're great nuggets of information. So my idea minute was, let me take the ideas and let me explain marketing jargon. Because so many times we get hung up in marketing jargon and we don't know what we don't know. And so I thought if I kind of did a teacher thing and did a whiteboard behind me and did marketing jargon explained, it was going to be really good. It was really not good. But I started because I needed to do something, and I didn't have... I didn't have a whole lot of money, so I was starting on a bootstrap. So you do what you can, right?
Hey, and I think that's the essence of being an entrepreneur. I think that's the essence of what we do.
It is.
It's literally like, I gotta do this real quick.
Yeah.
Here you go.
That's right.
So.
And I've reinvented myself every 6 months.
Dang.
So it's been 2 years, and I've reinvented it like 6 times now. I'm in my 6th iteration.
I think that math is a little off, but we're gonna be cool with it.
I'm a marketing person, not a math person.
That's like, I think it's about 4.
It's 4.
Maybe 4.5.
4. Yeah, I'm on my 4th one.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm on the 4th one. Well, when the core of what Spin Frogs has always been there, right?
That's right. Look, we done talked for 12 minutes, ain't even talking about Spin Frogs.
Listen, we are talking about it though. We're talking about marketing.
Gotcha. Okay.
So it's good.
That's good.
Yeah. But the essence of what Spin Frogs really hasn't really changed. It's just how I choose to deliver that information has changed.
Gotcha.
4 different times.
Yeah, it happens.
But as an entrepreneur,
it always evolves. It always, remember, 10 years ago, most of the stuff that we know didn't exist.
Yeah.
5 years ago, most of the stuff that we thought we know didn't exist.
And then everything that we thought we knew then, we were wrong about.
That's right.
So we needed to change it anyway.
That's right.
So the brands that exist today that existed 80, 120, 160 years ago, the reason they still exist and that they're still successful is because...
Nostalgia. For me, it's nostalgia. I don't know. What was your answer going to be?
Nostalgia is one component of it, but we're in a world today where people don't really buy because of a brand. We buy because we believe in what they believe in. So it's about they were true to who they were. They were true to their culture and to their heart and what they offer. And they offer more than products and services. They actually offer a way to satisfy basic human needs. And that's how they've been able to survive for as long as they've had. Those big brands that have been around, like Nike and Pepsi and Coca-Cola, that have been around forever, they've been adaptive, just like an entrepreneur is. And that's why they've lasted.
All right, so... for us to be in the Triad area, and this is a off-the-wall question.
I love off-the-wall questions.
Okay, great.
Good.
We are in I'll give this a 2-part: a textile industry and the tobacco industry. Now, we already know that we both live in Winston-Salem, and R.J. Reynolds, we're looking dead at it right there. Tobacco, whatever the case is.
Yeah, we can see it from the window.
We can.
Yeah.
It was one of the biggest things, the 50s and the 60s, and I think the 70s or whatever.
Yeah.
Once everything else came out with, how did they change to be better? And this is a case study, a quick case study on. Let's see what your knowledge is on that.
Yeah. So I'll be honest, I didn't follow the tobacco industry that much.
Gotcha.
I've never had an interest in it.
Okay.
But what I do know about them is when there was the crisis with all of a sudden cigarettes aren't actually good for you, like the doctors were saying, they started changing and highlighting their organic growth. They started highlighting that they're all natural. And the way that they treat their tobacco to make it all natural. Then what they've done with the onset of technology is they've created e-cigarettes. And e-cigarettes have taken off like crazy. So it's allowed them to shift and morph. And now they're not selling as many cigarettes, but they are selling the oils that you put into those e-cigarettes. Or they're selling the blue cigarettes, which are the black ones. Those are RJR. And so
Really?
they found a way to... Yeah. They found a way.
Hey. All right. So that's part one.
That's right one.
So part two. Now we already know Wrangler and VR. I think it's B.R.B group over in Greensboro or whatever.
That's right.
I don't know how cultural stuff it is, but a lot of people. I don't want to say a lot, but there's a majority of folk out there who are a little upset about Lil Nas X striking a deal with Wrangler. Do you think that was a good deal for Wrangler?
I think Wrangler wouldn't have done it if it wasn't a good deal for Wrangler. Businesses do things because they're good deals for them.
Gotcha.
Right? There's got to be, and I think most business owners, the savvy business owners, are looking for the win-win-win situation. They're looking for at least a way to win three ways. So they're looking for a win for their customer, they're looking for a win for themselves, and they're looking for a win for their business partner.
There you go.
When they don't have it, they're not going to do it.
And I like how you say win-win-win, because most people just think about win-win.
Yep.
So when you say that win-win-win, it brings it, dang.
It's three-dimensional. I look for a six-way win. I try and find six-way wins as often as possible. And a six-way win is a win for me, it's a win for my customer, it's a win for their customer, it's a win for the community at large. And it's a win for a nonprofit organization.
Don't give away too many gems. don't give away too many gems right now.
Okay.
Somebody got to pay for this.
That's right.
Okay.
Well, how to do it, that's the secret.
That's true.
Right.
That's true.
But I'm always looking for at least, if I can do a 4, 5, 6-way win, that's what it's all about.
That's what I'm talking about.
Because when you do it that way, nobody can say no.
There you go.
You can't say no to it. You want to work with the company that's helping everybody else win. Because the rising tide floats all boats.
Hey, gems, y'all, gems. All right, we're like 17 minutes in.
So I have a question for you.
Let's go.
You're doing these podcasts. Why? What made you decide to do these podcasts?
Because nobody else did it, and nobody else started to do them, and nobody else is still doing them, and first to market, and I can actually have the time to craft stuff. So hopefully in 2 years later on, when somebody decides to do this, hey, guess what? I'm already in there doing it.
Too late. You're first to the market.
There you go.
That's right. Okay.
That's it.
I like it.
Yeah, like there's nothing else to say.
And
about
there's
that.
a two-way win for you because you get the exposure and you help the other businesses get exposure. So
that's right.
There you go.
I said a lot of people, they try to charge out or whatever the case is.
I actually just got an email the other day from an organization in DC area that wants me to do a podcast with them, and they want me to pay like $500 for 5 podcasts, and I'm like,
no. But by all means, this is like I do not get paid for this. All this equipment, like you can see in the second vantage point.
Yeah.
If y'all see all this equipment that I got, whatever the case is, it is not cheap.
No.
Period.
It's not. Well, and we have some good equipment too, because for one of the video series that I do on my YouTube page is conversations with nonprofits.
Good.
So helping to highlight nonprofits, and we have a lot of equipment that we lug around to make those conversations happen as well. But I don't get paid for those. Those are just for free because I want to be able to support the nonprofits in our community. Do you know in Forsyth County there's over 700 nonprofits just in Forsyth?
I could probably believe that. No, I believe that. Now, this is the question, or this is where that comes into play. How many people, or how have you positioned yourself to where you can help at least, let's just say 20% of the population for that?
Like help 20% of the population for nonprofits?
Hold on a second.
Okay. Like help the...
Was it? Okay. No. Okay. So like I'm guessing. Let's say Spin Frogs has 20% of the nonprofits who are doing stuff out of 700 people.
Yeah.
You have about 140, 150 folk or whatever. Is that a good deal for you?
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Especially if one person really blows up or whatever the case is.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, are you positioning yourself for that win? Is that something that you're trying to do?
Yeah, but I do it in a different way.
Okay.
So one of the things that I work with my for-profit businesses on is identifying their heart. Like, why are they doing what they're doing? Because that's how the big brands win, right? The big brands win by staying true to who they are.
Always.
So who are you? And then helping to figure out what nonprofits are supporting your mission. Because if there's a nonprofit in town that's supporting your mission, if you partner up with the nonprofit, you're going to win.
Definitely. That's great.
But it's hard to find them because there's so many. And the information that you need as a business owner to make the decision on if it's a nonprofit that's right for you and for your organization is really hard to find. It takes a long time. I've had an intern working on it for 6 months, pulling all of the data for all of the nonprofits in the Triad, so Guilford and Forsyth. And I still haven't even begun to scratch the surface because there's over 400 nonprofits in Guilford County.
So I'm guessing this is a question of messaging. Is the messaging, or like, because you're looking at hard data, but from that, is their messaging good enough for your for-profit folk to be like, okay, let me align myself?
That's an important component too. Yeah.
Like,
but what I want to see primarily is the transparency and where's the funding going. Because if you're a for-profit organization and you're thinking about partnering with a nonprofit, if the nonprofit is spending 90% of the funds that they're generating through donations on overhead,
no,
you're not having the impact. So then why are you going to invest there? You shouldn't invest your time or your money there because they're not doing the mission.
Exactly.
But it's really hard to find that information because a lot of nonprofits, like the government, like to keep that kind of secret. But I think transparency is a big thing. It's a catchphrase this year, right? The catchphrase is authenticity and transparency. They kind of mean the same thing. And I think the organizations that are more transparent with where their money is going, they're the ones that are going to win in the long run.
Without naming names, how many nonprofits do you think have that transparency and have that goal that you believe in the Triad area? Like you said 700?
7 in Forsyth, it's 465, I think, in Guilford.
So let's say 1,200. 1,200.
Yeah.
How many nonprofits do you believe have everything that's just like, hey,
super transparent?
Yeah.
That's a hard question because I'm not even through half of them yet. But of the ones that I've gone through, I would say only about 25% of the ones that I've gone through have that kind of transparency.
Tough.
And it's not the ones that you think it is.
I believe it. I believe it.
Yeah. And
I believe it.
That's why it's so difficult because how much time are you going to invest as a for-profit business in figuring out which nonprofit you're not? You're not going to do it. And that's why a lot of for-profits don't do it. And that's why a lot of nonprofits struggle.
Gotcha. Hey, we talked about a lot of stuff today.
There's some real stuff there.
Real stuff. Real stuff.
One of the things that I wanted to share, though, and that I'm starting, I am one of 10 organizations in North Carolina that is being personally trained by Tony Robbins and Dean Garassi.
Really?
Yes, sir. And I'm one of...
Oh, no, wait. Was that big message that you were talking about?
Yes, sir.
On LinkedIn, and it was like, oh, this is like a super big message. And I was looking, and I was like,
yep.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Like, that's... Really?
Yep, one of 10, and it's awesome. I think there's only one other marketing person, and they're like in Charlotte or Raleigh. I can't remember where they are.
Gotcha.
But it's been very illuminating for me because one of the things that it's allowing me to do is to have more faith. So it's helping to satisfy that that monkey, that self-doubt monkey. I have more faith in what I'm doing because they do it. Everything that I do for my clients is stuff that they do for their clients, and they're getting paid $10,000 a day. A day. Sometimes an hour to do that work. So I know I'm on the right track. And one of the things that I'm doing is I'm launching a mastermind in the Triad. We don't currently have any business masterminds here. So I'm launching a mastermind that's going to allow us.
Goodbye. I want everybody who's on the show, who's still watching it, explain what a mastermind is real quick.
Yeah. So
explain what a mastermind. If you don't know what a mastermind is, and you really ain't about that business,
yeah.
Go ahead and explain one more time. Explain it.
So a mastermind it's basically a group of advisors, trusted advisors of different industry backgrounds that come together and talk with each other about what makes business good, what makes business bad, what are things that they've learned, what are things that they can help each other avoid so that we can learn faster, grow faster. We're stronger together. Again, that rising tide floats all boats. So the mastermind is BU mastermind, and it's the letters BU, and it's a double entendre because it's all about being you, being authentic, being transparent in the conversation, because the more transparent we are in the conversation with the people around us, the better it is, the faster we all learn, the faster we all grow, the faster we all get to our goals. I don't know about you, Promise, but I'm all about being able to sit on the beach with a Mai Tai one day and know that I've been able to help people around the world do the things that they want to do.
I'm from Florida.
Oh.
So I was only 15 minutes away from the beach anyway. So for a good majority, born, raised down in Florida, and then till I was like 28, 29, whatever.
Yeah.
So I moved up here or whatever. It was just like, so yeah. Like, do I miss Florida? Yeah, but like to be in the grit and the grind and really trying to help other folk out, especially on business stuff, I take a little more pleasure in that. I'm guessing that say it, like, I don't need a break or whatever, because I do.
We all do.
We all do.
We all do.
But
I actually have a video about needing a break. Taking a break is good for you.
Definitely.
It's on YouTube. Hey, so BU actually stands for Business Unleashed.
There you go.
It's not just about being authentic and true to you, but it's also about unleashing the power that's truly within your business.
Let's get it going.
Yeah.
Let's get it going.
So I'm excited to launch that. That's coming soon.
How soon?
Couple of weeks. I'm a couple of weeks away from being able to start promoting it and launching it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Just asking.
That's good.
I got to be a part of that.
Awesome. I would love to have you a part of that because you already have the right mindset. You're already there helping business owners.
Trying to.
And I think that is all it takes. I mean, we all need to be able to be here to truly help each other. And the more we can truly help each other,
definitely,
the better we're all going to be. The better our community is going to be. And the more people are going to want to be in our community.
Honestly, I think the Triad is really growing as far as entrepreneurship. When I moved up here, the Triangle had it. Yeah, I'm just going to be real. Yeah. Right now, it's not right there. Charlotte, they still got a lot of other stuff going on and stuff, which is cool, but like I said, as far as entrepreneur, I don't think that's there. I think the Triad really has something going.
We are really unique, and I think we're positioned in the best way with what's going on with the Biotech Center, with what's going on over at the Center for Design, with the Center for Creative Economy, with Venture Cafe, with Flywheel, with all of these.
Hell, Mixer. Right there.
Yeah. I mean, with all of these businesses and spaces where business owners can get together and collaborate. You don't have to work in your own office in your house anymore. You can come out and collaborate, and I think true collaboration is what's going to really put Winston-Salem on the map.
It will.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
30 minutes. That's it. Hey, we didn't talk a lot.
We didn't talk a lot.
Not only did we talk a lot, but it was very interesting because I think we both had a similar mindset.
I think we do.
I really enjoyed us going back and forth because it's like, oh no, wait a second, okay, yeah, we're back. I understand where you're coming from. You understand where I'm coming from. One of my greatest interviews, I think.
Oh, thank you.
No, for real. I mean, it's like, and I'm not taking anything away from anybody else's interview because I know about music, I know about business, I know about all this type of stuff. But to have somebody who has a big passion and a big foresight on marketing, on promoting, on continuing to learn, on continuing to grow businesses, like we have a similar type of mission, or wherever the case is. I think it's a little bit, it's fun.
It's serendipitous.
It is. It was just like, this is good.
And every interview is different. Every interview is unique. So it's not to say that one is better than the other. No. But when you're able to learn something from it, that's what makes it stand out more in your mind. I have a couple of those in my repertoire as well, of people that I've just had some of the most amazing conversations with. Definitely. So I actually have another question for you.
Let's go.
I don't know what your time limit is on this, so I'm just gonna
until
you tell me to shut up.
No, literally, like I am the director, the producer, and all that.
So my question for you is, if you could talk to anybody, dead or alive, who would it be and why?
Good question.
It's a hard question.
Not really hard.
I've got to catch up on my beers.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I totally smashed mine. Not really a hard question.
Okay. Good.
I will give you a two-parter. One person who's passed, one person who's alive.
Okay.
Alive first. I believe one of the biggest people who I would want to interview
it's so hard to pick one.
It's not, because I'm trying to explain this in the best way I can. A couple months ago, Angela Benton, she came out here. She was in Elon, at Elon or whatever. Did a podcast, or not podcast, but like a little talk or whatever the case is. Awesome time. I couldn't get out there.
Oh no.
So that was one. Okay. Then somebody who I really look up to, which is John Henry. He is going to be in Charlotte in June, and I have to try to make it there, but I probably won't. So that sucks. So then
it's all about mindset.
It is.
It's June. I mean, you still got, 2 weeks?
Yeah, I also still have to come up with a great excuse for my boss and be like, oh yeah, I'm sick, I can't be here. And then I'm going to be down in Charlotte and like, oh, look at me, I'm down here doing all that. So that
you just post all that stuff after you're supposed to be home from work.
I probably will. So he's number 2. And then the third person would probably be Gary V. I'm just going to be real. Okay. Gary V, he's there. He's there. Somebody who's passed on. Mm-hmm. Honestly,
yeah.
Nipsey Hussle. Like, it's recent. It's very recent.
Mm-hmm.
But I think one of the biggest things that I like about Nipsey, and I listened to his music, when I was, for years, or whatever the case is. Mm-hmm. But to see all the stuff that he was really trying to do, especially in the LA area, especially as far as a community type deal, whatever, and him really growing as a man, not just culturally, but just as a man, period. It was crazy.
Yeah. And
from him being in technology, in music, and just trying to grow his community, as a whole, for anybody. It wasn't just like, okay, we're the black thing, white thing, Asian thing, or whatever, but he's just trying to grow. I think he will be one of the people who's passed on that would be like, man, if I could just get a little bit more of a knowledge, that would be awesome.
Yeah. Because he truly had that mentality, too. Yeah.
He did.
Support everybody.
He did.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Great.
Those are good ones.
Great. Really? I appreciate that.
Yeah, you're welcome. The other one that I love to ask, because it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
If you could have one superpower, what would it be? Superpowers are fun. I like comics. I'm not good about remembering movies that I watch because my brain has to store all this other information.
I understand.
But I do enjoy watching them from time to time. My husband's a comic guy, so we watch a lot of comics. Superpowers is a regular conversation in my house.
Superpowers. I'm going to say, and I'm going to go out on a limb. I like, well, first off, yes, I like Black Panther. Yes, I like Spawn. Honestly, I think Doctor Strange and the Time Stone is one of the biggest ones.
Yeah.
Because not to manipulate time and just your own type deal, whatever, but to see things or whatever the case is and maybe maneuver in a little bit different way, I think that would be awesome.
Oh, I always say in my house that I would love to know how to teleport.
Teleport?
Oh, yeah. Gosh, if I could be in 3 or 4 or 5 places at one time, that would be awesome. Do you know how much I could get done? And I'd be able to have time with my family and my friends and not feel like I couldn't sleep. Like, I'd still be able to sleep. One of me would always be sleeping.
You. Okay, no. Like, okay. So how much nerd can we go? How much nerd can we go?
Sure.
Okay. Do you know The Watchmen?
Yeah.
Okay. So when Mr. Manhattan sat there and was, okay, I got, making love to Spectra, but he's really down there working on some stuff, and she finds out. Do you think that will be an awesome type deal? Well, yeah, I'm going to go to sleep real quick, but you're really working.
Yeah.
Or, hey, we want to sit down here and have a family dinner or whatever. But it's like, but I'm
the biggest challenge would be the shared consciousness, I think.
Okay.
Because you have to have the memories and the skills of you, regardless of which time zone you're in or which location you're in, so that way you can carry on coherent conversations with people. And I think that's the biggest challenge that we already have, is that we're trying to be here and we're not being here in person enough that we miss these conversations, and so we can't carry on that coherent conversation anymore. Now imagine if you could time travel.
Yeah.
You really wouldn't. You'd miss a lot.
Yeah.
I think that'd be the hardest part, is that collective conscious, knowing what the other one of you is doing.
But that's what I say. I think time travel. I'll take it back. Click, the movie with Adam Sandler.
Oh, that one's scary. Because it's real.
It was.
It's real.
It's like he's like, oh, I'm just going to skip over this, wherever the case is. Yeah, he had time travel, but it was like, bro, you messed up a lot of your life.
Yeah, and before you know it, you're just automatically fast forwarding the things that are actually more important to you than you realize.
Definitely.
Yeah. I think that's what makes it so scary.
It is.
Yeah, because we do that.
So I like how you had the conscious components in the conversation with them.
Yeah.
Dang, man.
That's important to me.
Like, we really, we are really in it.
One of the things that helped me come up with Spin Frogs was I spent a weekend in silent meditation, and I had never meditated before.
Gotcha.
I didn't do it before, and I just was at a point where I didn't know what I was going to do. So some people don't know my story. So my story is in 2017. Well, 2016, I left a corporate job that I was miserable at, and I didn't know what I was going to do.
No money, no nothing?
No money. My husband was like, you just need to get out because it's killing you. The stress was too much. I had gained 60 pounds in a year being there.
Gotcha.
It was bad. So I left, and then fate just put into my lap a sales opportunity to go be a sales rep for a business coach.
Cool.
And so I took it. I was like, I can go be a sales rep and try and earn some money, or I could sit here and do nothing. I'd rather go be busy.
Gotcha.
And it threw me back into the networking scene where I haven't been in a while.
Gotcha.
And by January of 2017, we had signed a partnership agreement. And by March of 2017, I discovered he was embezzling and lying to me. So come April, everything kind of came to a head, and I didn't know what to do. Other than, I can't stay here anymore. I gotta get the hell out of here. This isn't good. This isn't good for me. It's not good for the business community. It's not good for anybody. It's terrible.
How much real are we going to get? God damn. Embezzling.
Oh, yeah.
Fraud. Just what? Keep going.
And so I broke up with him for my birthday. My birthday present to myself was not being in that business relationship anymore.
Which birthday?
May 2nd.
May 2nd. Ah, Taurus.
So Taurus, yep. So May 2nd.
I'm a May baby.
Oh, are you? When?
The 27th.
Okay.
Go Geminis.
It's coming up.
It's coming up.
Wait.
No, it's
No,
not yet.
5 days.
It's Monday. It's Monday.
5 days.
So wait a second. Shameless plug. $ Promise Mangum. If you're enjoying this podcast, shoot me $1. Let's keep it going.
Yeah.
Keep going with the story, though.
Awesome. So in April, I decided I needed to leave. For my May 2nd birthday, I broke up with that relationship.
Gotcha.
On May 4th, I think that was that Friday,
Gotcha.
I went into a silent meditation, and I said, okay, what the hell am I going to do now? Because I have nothing. I have no money. I've used all my savings. I have no prospects of a job because I haven't been looking for a job. And I don't know what I'm going to do.
So the back against the wall, and basically you had to produce. So ain't nothing seemed bad.
Nothing seemed bad.
But you knew you had to get, you were smart enough to know my smarts is going to make me
have to do something. So I started actually listing out all of the things that I knew I was capable of.
Good.
And I spent that month kind of organizing what it was going to look like.
Gotcha.
And that gave me enough time to kind of separate, like, clearly Terry is not at this company anymore.
Gotcha.
And then I came back out into the networking community with Spin Frogs June 1st. It launched in 2017, and I've helped 30 businesses since then, 35.
That's it.
And they've all grown exponentially.
That's it.
In the time that we've been working together.
Okay, maybe I need to take a break off from my job or whatever the case is. No.
Don't do that. It's scary.
Right now, I'm just
get it all together first.
trying to. No, that's a great story.
If you can.
We won't ever have to cut this out. Not cut it out, but like this is going to have to be a part, like at the beginning, and then go back.
Yeah.
From there,
like move it around.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's cool.
All right, so I guess if y'all hear the guitar in the background,
I think we're being shooed off.
We're being shooed off. But go ahead and give everybody your social media stuff. That way they can find you real quick.
Yeah, so LinkedIn, it's Terry Watkins at LinkedIn. Or you can follow Spin Frogs. It's SPINFROGS. And I am Spin Frogs on Instagram. I am Spin Frogs on Facebook. And you can also go to my YouTube channel, which is also Spin Frogs, and spinfrogs.com.
That's it.
Pretty easy to remember, right?
That's it.
And my phone number is 336-404-3383. Or you can email me at Terry, that's TERRI, at spinfrogs.com.
That's it.
Yeah.
Hey. Yo, wise man, thank you again.
I so appreciate you, Promise. Thank you for having me here.
You.
We'll need to get together and do this again because this is fun.
We will.
We certainly have a lot to talk about, I think.
A lot. Like, I mean, I wish we
could keep going.
Yeah. Like I said, well, I don't have enough space on my computer and stuff like that. But we can because guess what? We know about a little bit of this marketing stuff.
Yeah, that's right.
So it's pretty fun.
And to get more space on the computer, it's as easy as an external hard drive, my friend.
Well, guess what? Right now, unless somebody supports me...
you gotta give them the Benjamins, guys. Drop the money in the bucket.
I'm just asking for $1. Like, god dang, 10 people, $1. Like
10 people, $1. There you go. That's good. That'll help.
That's it. My gas and beer.
That's right.
Like, that's it.
10 people, $1.
Anyway.
But can I challenge you? If you're watching this video right now and you got value out of it tonight, can I challenge you to give $2 instead of $1?
There you go.
$2.
That's it.
Because this man, he needs an external hard drive so he can have longer, better conversations with more people.
That's it.
And keep giving you more good stuff so that you can continue to grow.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. I appreciate you.
Promise Mangum, Pop-Up Podcast down here at Wise Man. Yo, it's really big. we really doing it. We really get into the meat and potatoes of marketing. We gotta do this again.
Yeah, we do.
We might come out with a little weekly show, 15 minutes.
There you go.
She has a minute, I have 14, but we're gonna combine them together, make 15 minutes, put them in your email. You might learn something.
That would be awesome. We should do that.
Let's get it going.
Okay.
Hey.
Let's make it happen.
Let's make it happen.
That's right.
Promise Mangum, Papa Podcast. Holler y'all a little bit. Peace.